Why not? I have nothing else to do. I might as well do this. Yeah. We're going to get into this. This will be interesting. Now, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look something up. All right. You're going to see who it is. Specific individual I'm going to look up and discuss, and has to do with who's currently president right now. Okay. Now, you have John G. Trump, and he was associated with studying Tesla's papers after he died. So let's see. John George Trump, August 21st, 1907 to February 21st, 1985, was an American electrical engineer, inventor, and physicist, a professor at the MIT school, right? 1936 to 1973, so he was major. Okay. And let's see, he was a recipient of the President Ronald Reagan's National Medal of Science Award, okay? National Academy of Engineering. See, these are people that generally the public doesn't pay attention to, right? Because they're not a pop star. John Trump was noted for developing rotational radiation therapy together with, let's see, Robert J. Van de Graaff. He developed one of the first million-volt X-ray generators. Huh. Could that have had something to do with him researching Tesla's information? I would say almost a guarantee on that one, okay? Because he got access to Tesla's information. Let's see. See if I can find anything on Tesla and connections to him. I may have to pull up something else, but also you look into modern Space Force, okay? What were they using? What were they, developing? Let's see, here we go. During war service, during World War II, Trump switched from work on hospital X-ray machines to research into similar technologies with a more direct application to warfare. All right, so they took a lot of, in my opinion, Tesla's work and they applied it to warfare because everything was about warfare, right? Okay, let's see. 1942, Trump became secretary of the Microwave Committee, right? MIT Radiation Laboratory. That has to do with what? Being able to see things that normal people can't see, all right? February 1944, the end of the war in Europe. Trump was the director of the BBRL, Britain's Telecommunications Research Establishment. So that would have to do with the intelligence agencies and other things like that. Just saying. Okay. No. John G. Trump is a member of the Trump family, married Elora Sauerbrunn, 1913, 1983. Okay, so he's married her for a long time. Traditional, alrighty. Down. National Academy of Engineering described Trump as a pioneer in the scientific engineering and medical applications of high voltage machinery. Let's see, James Melker, Trump's lab director, is quoted as saying John, over a period of 3 decades, would be approached by people of all sorts because he could make megavolt beams of ions and electrons, death rays. Okay, so what do you think they have now? Okay. From that long ago. Huh. Pulse generators? Oh, yeah. Yep. All righty. So we're going to get into, see something else, if I can find where I was. I was watching a documentary on Tesla before I came on, all righty? Now, moving along. Ooh, yeah. Now let's see. Look up Tesla. I had it, but I don't know where it went. Okay. Tesla documentary is what I had. It was history. It was a history channel. They've got the Tesla files, whatever. People trying out his experiments, asking, where did. So let's see. Here he goes. Not get in trouble. This is from the History Channel. 5.31 million subs. Let's see. Love the Tesla files. Stay up to date on all of your favorite history shows. And this was interesting when I saw this come out. So this is season 1, episode 1, the Tesla files without a trace, full episode from the History Channel. So I won't play this whole thing to get in trouble or whatever, but I thought it was interesting. Some of the points they covered were generally not covered. And as I said, this is from the Tesla files. So it's an ongoing series, thankfully for the
Dr. Travis Taylor and Jason Stapleton traveled to Washington, D.C.
Okay, hold on.
Taylor is about to replicate an incredible scientific experiment.
Okay. So this is where Tesla was able to light up light bulbs through using current through the ground.
Let's connect it up to the tap on the secondary.
One that was first performed by a mysterious
Tesla
scientific
coil
genius more than 100 years ago.
Right.
Hold those 2 black wires. Everyone pull these wires tight.
Assisting him is investigative journalist Jason Stapleton, along with members of a local research
He hammered
team.
in a copper
let's make something glow, man. I'm ready.
Travis and Jason are investigating the mysterious disappearance of literally thousands of secret files that belong to scientific visionary
And again,
Nikola Tesla.
that is the point. Where did all of Tesla's research go, and whom has it? Well, John G. Trump was directly involved in researching that, right? So, would Trump have a deep knowledge and awareness of Tesla? I would say he would. He would know. He's not dumb.
So we're going to use these 2 light bulbs.
If their experiment is successful, they will have proved Tesla's theory that electric power can be transported wirelessly by using the soil in the ground.
You consider Wi-Fi. It is directly linked to this type of experimentation.
As a conductor, they will also be one step closer to proving that not only were Tesla's theories decades ahead of their time,
All right, guys, bring it up.
but that the mysterious disappearance of his files was part of a plot to discredit him
Arming the system now.
and keep his discoveries hidden from the public.
More so to keep it hidden. And that way a specific group of people could control that. And whoever has the highest level of tech, controls the direction of society.
3, 2, 1.
So they successfully lit up a light bulb. Okay, they had like a wire going into the ground, right? And then they sent current through the ground, lighting the bulb.
Boom.
To see the light bulbs come on, to understand that we are helping to validate a science that's been lost is powerful.
That is awesome.
Albert Einstein said that Tesla was the smartest man on the planet, and we actually reproduced one of his experiments today.
You can bring it down, guys.
What else was in those missing files and all those trunks he had? How many inventions and ideas and concepts might have been in there that we really need to look at?
80 trunks of all of the papers and everything he had just went poof. But they didn't find anything, right?
Figure out just what doors they might open.
That's what John G. Trump said. He's like, oh yeah, we didn't find anything of note. Yeah, sure.
Shortly before he died, alone in a New York hotel room, scientist and inventor Nikola Tesla claimed to have 80 trunks filled with his life's work. Everything from detailed plans for wireless.
You consider that Tesla was meticulous about details. Now, he may have written some things down for the benefit of others, but really, he didn't need to. This is the way his brain worked. He would have remembered it.
Electricity to weapons so powerful they could destroy entire
Then
cities.
you will see the Superman cartoons, right, as kind of a negative propaganda tool against Tesla. And, making him out as the mad scientist that's out to destroy everyone, which is, how he was portrayed. That's not reality. Reality was the opposite. He wanted to help humanity. The powers that be did not. They wanted, weapons of war for more control.
But after he died, only a few of Tesla's 80 trunks were reportedly found. For decades, people have wondered what happened to the files contained in Tesla's missing trunks.
What happened?
Could they have contained secrets?
Yes.
Secrets that could forever change the world?
Absolutely. They did change the world. All modern tech, in my opinion, is based in large part on what Tesla achieved.
On July 7th, 2017, Dr. Travis Taylor and Jason Stapleton traveled to Washington, D.C. They had come to meet with...
You know what's funny? July 7th was the date that I got out of the mental facility. Interesting. Huh. You're like, why don't you hide that? Why should I? Screw it. What does it matter? What is mental fitness and what is not mental fitness, right? If you did not, say, get put in a file or whatever bullshit, then no one knows that you're a nutbag. Whatever it is, I don't know.
With author Mark Cypher, whose decades of research into the life and works of Nikola Tesla.
And you see, that kind of puts you in a position of being an untouchable, where in many ways they did that to Tesla, and that they kind of pigeonholed him as a crazy guy, right?
Have made him one of the world's leading experts on the subject.
Grab a seat. When I first encountered Tesla, I read a book which said that Tesla was the inventor of the induction motor, hydroelectric power system, fluorescent neon lights, remote control, robots, particles.
These intellectual men in that field, they know, right? They know who's the man and who ain't.
Weapons. He had cell phone technology in 1901.
Oh,
I couldn't believe
it. Did you hear that? He had cell phone tech in 1901. So by the time you see Star Trek and you see like the communicator device that they had in that, more than likely, these guys were way ahead of the game, right? So they would have had like their James Bond spy phone or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Born in 1856 in the small village of Smiljan, Croatia, Nikola Tesla went on to have a career that spanned 2 centuries.
And what is it with people from that part of the world being extremely intellectual and intelligent? Well, it has to do with oral tradition, in my opinion, of course.
He developed everything from alternating current and wireless communication to remote weapon systems. Today, Tesla is credited with developing everything from energy-efficient automobiles.
But they took his name, okay, it's my opinion, and they put it on that company. But then you see somebody like Elon Musk trashing Tesla, right? Saying he was a poor businessman, blah, blah, blah. Well, he was screwed over, right? So to me, he's a spoiled little, he's a spoiled brat. probably a rich kid, probably had all these advantages. So you come along and perch on top of what Tesla created, right? They use his name to sell cars, whatever. But what level of respect do they actually have for the man himself other than just using his name?
Automobiles and remote controlled vehicles to fluorescent lighting, x-rays,
Right.
and
So
even
remote controlled vehicles, you're getting less and less control over your ability to travel or to even control the vehicle that you are in.
cell phones. But in his own time, Tesla and his theories were often dismissed as outlandish, ridiculous, or just plain crackpot. Better known inventors
So
like
they
Thomas
trashed
Edison.
Tesla's $1 million folly. Right? Funding got pulled. Shit got trashed. His lab got trashed. All of a sudden, the fires and other issues. To me, it's all sabotage, and it's obvious sabotage.
And actively worked to discredit him. But why? Could it be that Tesla's incredible theories were considered a serious threat to the status quo?
Yes. Yeah.
So what I did was I used the Freedom of Information Act, and I wrote to the FBI, wrote to the CIA, wrote to the National Archives,
Sure.
and I started to get a lot of information. For instance, in 1984, I wrote to the CIA, and it says we searched our files for information or records concerning Tesla. We're unable to identify any records. So they're telling me they don't have anything.
Bullshit.
Now, the reason why I called you in is because the CIA has just declassified documents, and it mentions Tesla in the second paragraph.
Trump did a big declassification on, what was it, the Kennedy assassination, other things like that.
On January 17th, 2017, during the last days of the Obama administration, the CIA announced the release of over 12 million declassified documents onto its electronic reading room. For government conspiracy theorists, the document dump represented a treasure trove of previously hidden information.
Not really.
Covering everything.
In my opinion, they don't give you anything that that's going to really matter. You know what I'm saying?
UFO sightings to former national security issues.
It says in a recent conference dedicated to Nikola Tesla and his work, the papers presented claimed some of Tesla's concepts, and then the rest is blacked out. It's redacted.
Right.
So here it is that they clearly have a file on Tesla.
Right.
I see
of
that
course
as a
they
bonus.
do.
They didn't want anybody to know for whatever reason in the 1980s, but here in 2001, it's clear the CIA had a classified interest in Tesla.
Yeah.
As a leading expert in the fields of optical science,
Something that I thought about that was mentioned was how he would sit in the park, right? And he's known as the crazy guy that would sit there with the pigeons or whatever. But consider this, a homing pigeon can find its mate thousands and thousands of miles away. So is it possible Tesla could have been sending information using pigeons? Possible.
And aerospace systems engineering, Travis Taylor has worked on numerous top-secret programs for both NASA and the Department of Defense.
So Travis is an aerospace engineer, right? Similar to the type of person that designed my Patriot Ovation guitar.
Tesla invented almost everything that brought forward our modern society with electrical power. And he has almost no credit for that. It's like he's been erased from history and the textbooks.
Travis, you would know with these security.
I would hear all about Edison in school. Like, as far as anyone was concerned, Edison is the modern creator of, like electronics, science, blah, blah, blah. But no, it was Tesla, in my opinion.
Clearance markers are on this document.
Yeah, so Here at the top, they tell you it's confidential, no form. Right off the bat, that tells me this is old because we don't really use confidential.
We're going to switch to something else.
Tonight.
This is Tesla Files again, March 11th, 2020. The Colorado Experiment, Season 1, Episode 2. Give that a thumbs up from the History Channel. I like this series.
On the Tesla Files.
Wireless transmission of power. This is unbelievable.
Whoa! Yeah, that's a little scary there.
That's a whole new kind of realm of physics and engineering that doesn't exist yet.
Where'd you get this?
I would really rather not say.
It's as though someone is trying to erase this man from history.
Tesla was a world famous scientist.
They can't.
He was a little
He's
secretive
too
about what he
supreme.
was doing here.
3, 2, 1.
But, like, if you consider, like, modern reality, how much easier would it be to, say, hide somebody's research like that? Way easier, I would think, to a degree.
Shortly before he died, alone in a New York hotel room, scientist and inventor Nikola Tesla claimed to have 80 trunks filled with his life's work. Scientist and inventor Nikola Tesla.
What's up, boys? Hey, guys.
Joining them today is Travis's longtime friend and research assistant Kyle Davis, along with electrical energy experts Justin Hayes and Drew Eby
They're
from
both
Applied
electrical
Tesla Technology
engineers.
Incorporated.
I see you guys already got the Tesla coil set up.
We do.
So I want to reproduce experiments that Nikola Tesla did while he was out in Colorado Springs.
Mm-hmm.
Travis has come to Colorado, the place where Tesla originally conducted his experiments in 1899,
Yep.
to help prove Tesla's greatest claim, that electrical energy, if sufficiently magnified, can be transmitted wirelessly, not only through the air, but also by using conductive properties commonly found in the ground.
Uh-huh.
One day ago,
We're ready, man.
Travis and Jason successfully replicated Tesla's experiment, which proved that a model boat could be powered wirelessly by using a pair of Tesla coils situated near the shore.
Yeah.
There it goes, there it goes.
Well, because Tesla figured that shit out. He figured out remote control way back. You see?
Yeah, buddy.
You know, the story goes that he walked around and put light bulbs in the ground and they lit up from wireless power. And I want to reproduce that as best we can.
Very cool.
If Travis can prove that there was merit in Tesla's notion of a world without wires, he will help to discredit those who often dismiss Tesla's scientific theories as far-fetched, wild,
But
and even
that
insane.
is what they would do. They don't want anyone looking at that. They want people to think that's crazy town. Think about it. Huh? All right. Something to consider. You know, what the madman of yesterday was is the genius or commonplace person today. Wow. Considerations of reality, huh? Feel it in the air, crackling in the distance. Feel the electricity on my fingertips, and I can see it shining in the distance. It's most serious, they said. Power of the gods in the hands of humanity. Whoa. the sky. I can hear it on the thunder. Yeah. Trouble overhead, shining in the distance. Thunder.